We will just beat them the normal way. Yeah, I'm not really interested in looting them. Yeah, no damage. Even dog meat does decent damage to them. Definitely nothing to worry about. So what do we do here? What's the item? Oh, decent amount of experience though. What's the item we actually have to gather here? Computer. Yeah, primary power. Do I want to disable it? It could disable the robots, but there aren't actually any robots here anymore. So I'll leave it on. We might need it to get access to these areas. Although I think it's mainly for the elevator. We need it to get out of here though, so... And I want to know what the holotape is. Is it our quest object or some kind of clue about what's going on here? Alpha experiment. Prototype Pan-Immunity Virion Project. In the hopes of countering the current bacteriological and viral agents employed by the Chinese government, we have manufactured a virus fragment consisting of ribonucleic acid or RNA encased in a protein lipid sheet. This virion contains a specially arranged sequence of radiated amino acids RAA that are capable of attaching to non-specific binding sites on deoxyribonucleic acid (DNA) and force non-replicating mitosis to occur. The resulting host cell is left with a quadruple helix DNA structure. Early tests are promising. The virion easily penetrates the cell membrane and attaches directly to the host DNA in the nucleus. Mitosis of the structure begins almost immediately. Cytokinesis is prevented by controlling the disposition of the kinetochore fibers during anaphase. The entire mitotic cycle lasts approximately 2 hours, although phenotypical expression of the new structure may take days to weeks to become apparent. In addition to the effective immunity to bacteria and viral agents, the quad helix structure is almost entirely immune to errors introduced in base pairing during replication due to multiplicity of the base sequence. Radiation exposed tissues showed no mutation in the base sequence, and protein synthesis mechanisms in the ribosomes were unimpaired. Over 80% of the sample tissue contains quad helix DNA. Most affected was muscle and bone tissue, as well as secretory cells, as these cells seem most receptive to virion. Sensory cells are the least affected. Surprisingly, even normal non-replicating nerve cells and non-somatic cells were induced to begin mitosis. Furthermore, experiments will be necessary to determine the results of these cells. Okay, this was basically just details how the FEV works. No new information. Just a pseudo-scientific explanation. I want that combat armor. I'm gonna take it no matter what. It's too valuable to leave behind. I don't need 2 of those. I don't actually want those. More holotapes. Pulse grenade, plasma grenades. I'm dropping weapons. Ammunition first. I'm gonna take every grenade I can get. And we have one new holotape, minigun, too heavy. We have a radio. We want the ammo. Okay, we can't. We'll just get rid of this type of crap. Very typical items. Okay, stealth boy. Laser, I think laser pistol, yeah, we'll take it. Just because I want to see it's worth a plasma rifle. We'll take it over normal weapons because I think it's more valuable. Yeah, it weighs a ton though, so I'm not sure it's worth it. So anything? No, I think these are the tests. That's nothing of importance. This is basically the final place. It's either one of these two holotapes has to be the item we came here for. So that's the first one, and that's the this is the second. So what did we get? Alpha experiment. Yeah, Ancient Brotherhood Delta experiment. The military has deemed it necessary for us to research further in depth the effects of wave technology upon living organisms. We have taken light and sound as the basis of our studies. By manipulating the amplitude of the light waves and magnifying their frequency, we have been able to get lasers which will cut through a few feet of steel. Unfortunately, the power to do such attacks has not been fully developed. We have other scientists looking into this. So, what's the Ancient Brotherhood tape? Captain Maxon was right. This place is death. I'm writing this so that if we don't make it back, someone someday might be. Yeah, we have read this already. So what was the other tape? FBV experiment tape? Maybe it was the Ancient Brotherhood tape that we came for, and that was on the first level. Okay, this is a long one. I'll read this through quickly. Major Barnett has ordered experiments with batch 10.0.11 of pan-immunity virion, which has been renamed FIV, for forced evolutionary virus. His main concern with it is with the side effects of the quad helix structure rather than its main effect of replicative stability. He believes the new structure is the next logical step for mammalian nuclei. Experiments with the single-celled organisms is a great success. While their basal metabolism appears unchanged, their immunity to infection and radiation exceeding all earlier expectations. An addendum: chloroplasts seem to unaffected by the virion. Further experiments on plant cells have been cancelled by order of Major Barnett. Okay, this seems to be a log spanning several years of testing. We infected several species of flatworm with FEEV. Within hours, the worms had increased in size by 28%, and 39 separate viral contagions were persisted by the population. Each sample was allowed to continue for several generations, and the new DNA structure was successfully passed on to worms' progeny. I guess that means the offspring, although only asexual reproduction was noticed in the samples. Experiments with insects have had less success. Major Barnett has postponed these experiments until further notice. Okay, and then the next one. Several lab strains of white mice have been infected successfully with FEV. Again, an increase in size was noted within hours, and after 9 days all mice had stabilized at 31% larger than the control group. Dissection revealed the most increase in size in striated muscle tissue and certain internal organs, such as the liver, heart, and kidneys. In a surprising finding, the infected mice were found to run mazes in less than half the time of their control group. More testing will be needed to confirm this finding as significant. And then another test. We have infected 218 rabbits with FEV. Half of the subjects were implanted with electrodes to monitor EEG activity before and after the infection. Increased electrical activity in the brain was noted in 3.2 seconds after injection. Again, the typical size increase was noted. However, increased aggression and posturing, especially among males, was noted as well. Sacrifice and perfusion yielded brain tissue. It showed increased dendritic connection, especially in the limbic system and frontal cortex. So these are moving to more sophisticated biological beings. With batch 11011 we have improved the mitotic cycle efficiency by 43%. We have infected 53 raccoons with the new strain. In addition to the new expected size increase, behavioral tests confirmed an increase in intelligence and manual dexterity by 19 points on the Schuler-Cap index. Unfortunately, several subjects escaped confinement and had to be hunted down and dispatched. Major Barnett ordered the remaining subjects terminated. 2 pairs were unaccounted for. So they are already escaping into the wild at this point. We have supplied several new gene sequences supplied by Major Barnett's advisory team into FEV. In batch 11101A, we infected 23 dogs with both pure and mixed breed, and all experienced nearly immediate growth. The larger size was accompanied with increased aggressiveness, while no significant intelligence increase was noted. We plan to attempt to crossover of 92 allele pairs with batch 11011. All subjects were terminated after 14 weeks of study. Okay, now there's a significant increase late in the year. The crossover has been completed and 15 chimpanzees were infected with batch 11111. Growth and immunity levels are unprecedented. Attempts to induce cancer in the subjects through radiological or chemical agents were not successful. Increased aggressiveness have led to isolating the subjects. 2 subjects suffered violent epileptic seizures and died. All remaining subjects terminated. This is the last one. Major Barnett has ordered transfer of all FEV research to the Mariposa military base. He plans to continue the project experiments on volunteer subjects. I'm against this and would like it noted here that research on human subjects is not recommended by myself or my staff. So, Mariposa base is where the tests were removed, and that's why we don't find any FEV here. I think that's it. We're not. And that was a long message, so I'll save again just in case something technical problems occur.